Good morning, Facebook world. It's 7:30 a.m. on the West Coast, and my name is Nichole.lavigne, and I am here hosting from Las Vegas two amazing agents, George Graham from Seattle, Washington, Mahtab Etminani. I hope I said that right. Good Lord, I've been practicing. In beautiful Montreal, Quebec, Canada. Mahtab, thank you for being our first Canadian live role play. I'm so honored.
The honor is all mine, really.
Awesome. And George, thanks for being our grumpy buyer.
You bet. I'm happy to oblige.
Perfect. So for all the folks watching live and watching later, would you guys just introduce yourselves, share what markets you service, anything that you want the audience to know about you?
I'll leave the floor first to George. They say age before beauty.
Oh, wow. Geez.
Wow.
Okay. Well, so George Graham, Seattle, Washington. I've been in the business for 28 years. And just the greater Seattle area. We do downtown as well as the suburbs. So if you know of anybody that's looking for real estate in Seattle, we can help you.
Love it.
Mahtab from the beautiful Montreal, Quebec, Canada. We're the French or the Europe of North America, basically. It's definitely much beautiful than when there's no snow. I've been in the business for about 18 years now, and Mike Ferry agent for the past 12 and a half years. Proudly, I have to say that. And I serve pretty much all of Montreal, and most of the suburbs of Montreal, up to about an hour from the center. And anywhere else, if you have in Quebec, you don't know, or Canada, just send me a message and I'll tell you. If I don't cover it, I'll tell you who will be great agent to cover for you.
What a sweetheart you are. And you are bilingual or trilingual?
Five-lingual.
Bilingual. Tell us. All five.
So definitely English and French because of where I live. And then because of my background, Arabic, all the dialects, in Persian or Farsi. A lot of people know it as Farsi. And about know a little bit of Italian, I can understand it. And about 85% of Indian, actually, I can comprehend. I've never practiced speaking it, but I can comprehend it.
What a gift. So well-rounded to be able to communicate with so many different types of cultures and people. That's something super jealous. Anyway, moving on. You guys are going to demonstrate today. Mahtab was sharing a little bit before we went live about the process she uses in working with buyers. First off, Mahtab, you know here in the U.S. that things are changing in our processes to work with buyers. We don't know exactly the end-all, be-all of those changes, but what are anything that you could share as far as the differences in the way that you guys have to work with your buyers or get to work with your buyers and the contracts you use in Canada versus the way it's done in the U.S.?
Absolutely. I can't speak for all of Canada because every province in Canada, they have their own sets of rules. And in general, Quebec, they have their own set of rules. Even we make fun in Canada and we say, do you have your passport to go to Quebec? We consider it like a whole different country for itself. However, I know this, I can speak for my colleagues in the rest of Canada when I say buyers' agreement contracts have been enforced for a very, very long time. In matter of fact, have been mandatory in these other provinces in Canada, the English provinces of Canada, most of them. In Quebec, it has never been a mandatory. They existed, but they were not a mandatory to use. So I can tell you, most of agents they don't know how to use it. But being a Mike Ferry agent and having decided earlier in my career, because I didn't know what to say to sellers, I worked with a lot of buyers, and it took one hit, one close friend, to turn around after showing him so many properties and working so hard for him, to give him a call and say, well, I found you the perfect condo. And he goes, well, I know such and such, and I put an offer also with them. And I'm like, what do you mean? I thought we were working together. And he goes, well, you're all our agents. That for me was like the end of the era of working with no agreements. Mike Ferry always tells us, have a standard. So my standard was, if I'm going to be committed to you, you got to sign a commitment to me. And if you don't, then I'm sorry, I can't work with you.
Makes
So
perfect.
I am happy to say that, honest to God, even my mom and my sister had to sign a contract, literally, to purchase a property with me when they were buyers.
I love
So
it.
yeah,
So what I hear you saying is in Canada, it's pretty much normal protocol to have a buyer that works with a contract. And for you personally in your business, you found it works incredibly well to set minimum standards. And that's a great segue into what you're going to be demonstrating today, which is basically your buyer pre-qualification process. You don't,
correct.
so what I'm hearing is you don't just get a call and jump in the car and go meet them at a property.
Oh no, 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 no. It's
Just
not.
checking. Because in the US, that's a very common occurrence. I had a listing that went live yesterday. I had 6 showing requests. I requested loan pre-qualification or proof of cash funds on all of them. Only 50% could provide it.
Exactly. I'm not going to jump in the car and run. It's not going to happen. As I said, it took one only to do what he did for me to say that's not the way you work.
I love it.
Yeah, and I transitioned from my career. It started with being 98% with buyers and 2% with sellers, and I transitioned with Mike Ferry to yes, I worked with all buyers before. However, in this point of my career, they represent about, I would say, this year about 40%. I'm getting a lot of buyer referrals from my database versus seller. So they are the only buyers my coach allows me to work with. Like as soon as he sees a buyer, I have to literally give him the source. And if it's not database, forget it. So database, which includes agents in it, especially Mike Ferry agents. I qualify them, and we go and work. If they follow my steps, great. If not, then God bless.
Exactly. Well, I love the minimum standards theme. Without further ado, I'll go ahead and let you get to that live role play so our audience can see what it looks like when you get a call from a buyer.
Perfect. I'm going to emphasize that there are going to be 2 parts to this prequel. The first prequel is when I got the referral, and I don't wait until the referral calls me. I always ask the client, can you please provide me with their number so I can give them a call? You can't wait for them to call you, because eventually somebody will call them. So I do the initial call, and that's the first prequel to see if we can work together, and they're going to commit to me. And if they say yes to that, then the second prequel, which is the home and motivation, and that's face-to-face at the office so we can sign the agreement.
I love it. Do your thing, girl.
All right. So I'm just going to pull up my script because I only follow scripts. Ring and ring.
Hello.
Yes. Hi. Good morning. May I speak to George Graham, please?
This is George.
Good morning, George. This is Mahtab with Royal LePage. I'm actually the real estate agent that Fadi had referred you to me, your friend.
Oh, yeah, I am. Okay, I remember. Hi, Mahtab.
How are you this morning?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I am alive, excited, and full of energy, especially that I'm talking to you right now. So, George, I would like to take a few moments first to thank you for being on this call. And I wanted to take you through the buying process I use when assisting great buyers like yourself in purchasing a home. Would that be okay?
Yeah, sure. I have a few minutes.
Wonderful. So, step 1, I'm going to ask my lender, and that's Sammy, to give you a call as soon as possible and discuss with you all the financing options available to you. This should answer all your questions as well as give you the confidence you need to purchase a home. So can he give you a call a little bit later on today?
Well, Mahtab, I was really just thinking of using my bank. I've been using my bank for years, and I was just going to go there for a bank loan.
Okay, well, that's not a bad idea at all to do that. Can I share with you why it would be better to work with Sammy at this point, who is a mobile mortgage broker?
Okay, sure, yeah.
So, Sammy, he is a mobile mortgage broker, which means he doesn't work for a particular bank. And at the same time, he is available to you also off hours because, with the bank, by pretty much, depending on the bank, 4 o'clock, 3 o'clock, or 5 o'clock, you won't be able to reach anyone, correct?
Yeah. Okay.
The second thing, he only specializes with mortgages. He doesn't do anything else but mortgages. So he's not the jack of all trades like the person you speak to at the bank. And he works on commission, which means he's going to try every single thing possible to get your file approved versus a person who sits behind the desk and collects a salary, and it wouldn't matter if you're approved or not. So that gives you an advantage. Would you agree?
Yeah. I mean, I just really want the best rate and terms that I can get. So
exactly. So here's the kicker. He works with over 82 banks and private lenders, so he will find the right product for you and for your situation. So, and he will fight until the closing to get you the lowest rate possible. So you're not obliged to go with one. He will fight to get you whatever you need. Does that make sense?
Yeah. I mean, if it's somebody that you know and trust, then I mean, I'm open to that.
He 100%, and actually, he helped Fadi with his mortgage too. So you can ask Fadi about him. Okay.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah. Sounds
great. Good. Now, is this the best number he can reach you at?
Yeah, this is my cell phone. It's the best number. Yeah.
Perfect. And this afternoon would be okay for him to call you.
Yeah, if he can just text me first. I'm busy, but if he can just drop me a text and let me know that he wants to chat, then I'll make sure that I free myself up.
Perfect. And I will share later his contact with you. This way, when you get his call, that's him. Okay?
Sounds good.
Now, the second step is once you and Sammy have designed the financing agreement for yourself, I'm going to ask you a lot of questions regarding the type of a home you want to buy.
Okay.
Now, let me ask you, George, have you outlined in details the type of property and the home that you want to purchase?
I mean, I've just got it in my head. I've talked with my wife, and we've got a pretty good sense of what we want.
Okay, great, perfect. So please make sure to bring that list with you when we meet. Fair enough?
Yep, no problem. I can type it up for you.
Beautiful. Step 3, once we've determined the type of a home you want to purchase, I'm going to go ahead and select the 3 to 4 absolutely best homes in your range to look at and book an appointment for us to go visit them. Now, George, I don't want to confuse you by showing you a lot of homes. Right. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I get that.
Great. Now, the fourth step, it will be once we have looked at these properties, I will ask you to select one and write an offer to purchase on that property. Now, honestly, I need you to be honest with me. Are you and your wife prepared to write an offer if we find the right one for you?
Oh, yeah. I mean, we definitely are motivated to buy something. And I think, we will know when we found it. We've got a pretty good sense of what we're looking for.
Fantastic. Now, step 5 will be once we've written the offer to the seller, I will negotiate the contract and get you the best possible deal. And once it's accepted, we'll work together each day toward the closing.
Okay.
Does that make sense to you?
Yep, absolutely.
Fantastic. So these are the 5 steps I follow. And now, based on this process that I use to help folks like you to find home, and if I would be, George, willing to commit to you 100% to do all the work necessary and all the searching and all the door knocking required to find your home, would you, George, be willing to commit to buy through me?
Yeah, Mahtab, I mean, you came highly recommended by Fabi, so I mean, and I really trust Fabi. So, yeah, I mean, it sounds like you do a good job for us. So, yeah, I mean, we just want to find the right house, and if you can help us do that, then absolutely.
Well, that is fantastic music to my ears. I'm so excited to work with you. So, do you still want me to go ahead and send you Sammy's contact, or would you prefer to work with another agent at this point?
No, no. I mean, if you feel your lender's going to be more competitive than my bank and more available than my bank, and serve me better, then I mean, I think I'd like to interview both. But yeah, I would certainly be open to using your lender.
I am 100%, not 100%, 1,000% confident. Once you talk to Sammy, you will see that you will not need to talk to your bank. And hey, if you wanted to talk into your bank, you can do that. Okay. Wonderful. So, do you know where my office is?
I don't. No.
Okay. So I'm going to send you the confirmation of my office and Sammy's contact. And Sammy is going to take him pretty much once he talks to you today. And if you submit all your documents, and it's important, George, that you submit everything that he needs. So we have a real pre-approval for you.
Sure.
We will connect and set up an appointment. So actually, I'm looking at my schedule, and I'm looking here at Friday at 4 o'clock, or would you prefer 6 o'clock to meet up with me?
Well, 6 o'clock would be better for me, just so I could get off of work.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Fantastic. So I'll put it in my schedule, and we will connect before that to reconfirm. Okay?
Fair enough.
Wonderful. You have a great day, and I look forward to seeing you and your wife. By the way, what's her name?
Sherry.
Sherry. I look forward to seeing you and Sherry on Friday.
Perfect. Okay. Sounds good. We'll see you then.
Have a great one.
Wow.
So that's the first step.
Love it.
Now we're going to go to the second step, and that's basically Sammy had spoken to George at this point, had his info. He's getting his documents, sent him the application. Sammy works really fast too with me. So pretty much today we're Wednesday. I would have that pre-approval, but I do have the green light to meet up with George. He's like, yeah. Everything is good. A few loose ends. We're going to tie it up before you take him out, actually. So we're good to go. All right. So now I want to emphasize on the fact too, just like sellers, where we send them VIP packages, right? Pre-sale packages. I have created one for buyers, and I'm upgrading it right now, where I'm adding 18-point action plan for a buyer too. Right now, my package basically, it's very simple. Just has the one-page resume, testimonials, professional references, my sales, and the 10 reasons why a buyer should work with me and hire me, or in general, hire me for selling or buying. Basically, I combine them together. Why I should be their agent and resource. And a couple of frequently asked questions by buyers, which is really objection handlers. Why I should hire just one agent when I have other agents? Why should I sign an agreement? All of these objection handlers are there, which I do for sellers too. I send it ahead of time. So I'm not yet, I wanted to speak to Mike about this. I send it by email right now because it's a smaller package and it's just one PDF file. But it's been working magic because George will get it ahead of time to read it also. So in the morning, I will give him a quick call, ring, ring, ring.
Hello.
Good morning, George. This is your favorite Mahtab. How are you today?
Oh, hi, Mahtab. I'm doing well. How are
Wonderful.
you?
I am great. Two things. Number one, congratulations on your pre-approval.
Oh, thank you. Yeah. Sammy was good. He reached out just like you said he would, and he seems like he's on the ball.
Fantastic. I'm glad to hear that. Number two, confirming our appointment today at 6 o'clock. This still works for you and Sherry, right?
Yeah, you bet. We'll be there.
Great. And also wanted to confirm, I sent you a little file for you and Sherry to take a look at and feel comfortable reading it. And this way you can have all your questions for me when you come. Did you receive that PDF?
I did. Yeah. I mean, I haven't looked at it yet, but I did get it. I saw it in my inbox.
Great. So make sure, please, you take a look. It takes you less than 5 minutes. And I look forward to seeing you both at my office this evening.
Sounds good.
Fantastic. Have a great day.
All right. See you then.
Also, I included the package, the agreement. So they're already coming with the mindset that there is an agreement to be signed this evening. Okay.
I love it.
Okay.
George, I don't know about you, but like, I am just charmed by her energy and enthusiasm. Like,
Oh,
I
yeah.
would do anything she asked me to do.
Yeah, no, she's got great energy,
Yeah.
great smile, enthusiastic for sure. Yeah, I mean, all those things are just huge when you're working with buyers and just in working with people in general. I mean, they're really attracted to people who have positive energy like that and really enthusiastic about what they do. So,
Yeah. And
Thank
Mahtab,
you.
how many years in the business?
18.
Yeah, so you've been doing this for 18 years and you still, I don't know if it's fake or real, but man, you sold me for sure that you are excited like it's the first buyer you've ever worked with.
Absolutely. Look, the way I look at it, it's to me, I have this privilege and opportunity to help somebody with one of their largest investments of their life and trusting me with it. So this is really a privilege and an honor that you can't take lightly if they choose to work with you.
What a beautiful, beautiful fact that so many people don't remember, or they're commission breathed, or they're just too nervous or too beat up to really appreciate that this is a big step in their life. So thank you.
My coach Larry said this to me about 5 years ago, and I put it in front of me at all times. And his wife before that, Ramona Kozak, was my coach, and they both said the worst thing is to have a commission breath, as you said. But there's something Larry said to me, and he said, whether you're working with a seller or a buyer, here's the thing, here's the key. They don't care about what you know unless they know that you care.
Oh, that's a good one too. Thank you for all this gold you're dropping today. If anyone watching live has any questions for Mahtab or George, feel free to put them in the chat. If not, enjoy the show. I have a couple more comments. I love the way that you just kept asking questions and setting minimum standards. Like, this is the way that I work, and this is why this is a huge benefit to you. I don't know if you felt that as well, George. And just the expectation to write an offer. I'm going to show you, like, going through every step of the process. I'm going to show you, and I'm going to ask you to pick one. What a novel idea.
Yeah, you know, if I tell you how many times I've met with buyers refer to me, and then how long you've been looking, and they go, it's been 2 years. And I learned not to take it, oh my God, they never will buy. I ask the question, okay, this is surprising to me because it doesn't take this long. Why it's been taking 2 years? You haven't found what you want. I want to see if they're realistic or not, where their head is. And their answer, without a joke, 99% of the time, no, I had the realtor showed me and this we've seen and I liked it. And I'm like, so what happened? The offer didn't work out, because I'm expecting they put an offer. He goes, they never asked me to put an offer. And then a couple of months later, when I told them, let's do it, it was sold.
Mm-hmm.
The realtor never asked the question, do you want to put an offer?
Yeah.
They just visit and they go, okay, we'll chat later. Bye. Hello.
Mind blowing. I also love the VIP package. Thank you for sharing all of the details with that. That's definitely something so many people are implementing here in the US is the unique value proposition and the VIP buyer package. So that was tremendously good. So not to keep you too long out of your schedule, I have one last question. Are you ready? Because you are our last, I mean, not that it'll be our last woman on, but this is our last week of Women's History Month. And so if you don't know, George, I featured all female agents this month in live role plays to demonstrate their power, their success, all of what they can create together. So my last question for you is, you are looking at 20 years ago, Mahtab, first year in the business, new agent. What do you give that young lady? What's the advice you have for that young lady?
Day one, when I got into the business, before I got in, first was, I'm not analytical, as you can see. I mean, hello, the lipstick, the scarf, expensive. But I did interview a lot of offices, and I didn't pick an office that's closest to me so I can walk to it, or I don't need to wake up that early to get there. What was important for me, which broker is going to be there for me to train me, show me the ropes, and answer my questions when I call him at any given time, because I don't know nothing of nothing. And I can't come with that ego that I know stuff.
Right.
So that I would say, put your ego on the side, ask a lot of questions, work with a lot of top producers that surround yourself with those and work with them. Piggy bank on them, actually. Like, I would run to them, hey, I'll do your open house. You pick up a lot of people from there if you do the open house the right way and learn how to do that open house the right way. Secondly, in all honesty, I would say get some sort of coaching, because you know nothing of nothing.
Facts.
Get coaching. I didn't know about Mike Ferry at the time, but I did have the twice a week with my own broker. I would sit from 9 to 12 in a class learning from him. So I became good with buyers. Honestly, I give it to Stuart Jones, because he really trained me really well how to take them through the process, what their closing cost, so they feel comfortable with the numbers also. Asked him the question to put. I didn't know at the time Stuart Jones was trained by Mike Ferry. So there you go.
That's awesome. Well, thank you. That is amazing advice. Thank you both for your time. George, I'd love to have you back on another week and feature some amazing George Graham and Seattle script.
You bet.
Hey, got it. Well,
so I'm happy to share with you, Nicole. I can send it to you by email, this second script, and that's when George shows up basically to the office. We go through what he wants and what he doesn't want, and get the contract signed in the end.
Let's do it another week. We'll do a second one where you do the buyer interview script. Is that fair?
Yeah, fair enough.
I love it. All right, guys. Well, I appreciate your time. I don't want to keep you from your busy days. Thank you for sharing all of your wisdom, knowledge, and experience with so many people that really need it right now. And I'm always here for you if you need anything.
Thank you, Nicole. You're the best. Thank you, George, for doing this.
Thanks, guys.
Bye.